Big news coming in. Military turf war explodes after CDS General BIPIN Rawat called Indian Air Force a support arm of the military. IAF Chief counters, says Indian Air Forces is not a support arm. Let's quickly cut across to Gaurav Sawant joining us for more details on that. Gaurav, military turf war there exploding after CDS General BIPIN Rawat called the Indian Air Force as a support arm of the military, while the IAF chief counters, says Indian Air Force is not a support arm.
You know, this brings out the biggest hurdle in integration and perhaps the biggest challenge that Chief of Defence Staff General BIPIN Rawat faces at this point of time. There is a deadline. They're moving towards that deadline in terms of achieving theaterization for better operation. Eyes in the sky, mid-air refuelers, all of that will be split, is what the Air Force says. The Chief of Defence Staff countered that, saying even now they're split in 5 commands. They can be moved from one command to the other as when required. This criticism or this this point of the Air Force, according to the Chief of Defence Staff, does not hold ground, because his point is Air Force is not going to fold up its 5 commands once theatre commands come. So this argument doesn't hold ground according to him.
Absolutely. Gaurav, let me quickly cut across to exactly what General BIPIN Rawat had to say on integrated theatre command. Let's take a listen.
Air Force is required to provide support to the ground forces. Do not forget that Air Force continues to remain a supporting arm to the armed forces, just as the artillery supports or the engineer support the combatant arms in the army.
Okay.
So they will be a supporting arm, but they have a charter. They have an air defense charter and supporting the ground forces in times of operations. This is the basic charter that they have to understand.
All right, here's some more big news coming in. Military turf